Sounds really good in these headphones, man. Fuck it. We just might have to start doing the podcast from here.
It's a lot more lively in the living room. It's the room for living.
Many a memory forgotten.
And I realize that's because it's crosses, and because if you recognize it, man, it's Chino, and I know it's not metal. But crosses is a fun project. I like it when Chino does things outside of Deftones. I was a huge fan of Palms back in the day when he did that shit.
Right. Yeah, I didn't. I think you might have shown that to me. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, Palms? Yeah. Man.
Because I at the time.
Well, because I was a fan of ISIS, and I'm talking about the band and not the fucking the terrorist group. By the way,
I'm talking about the
for
terrorist
Homeland
group.
Security. Listening to this fucking show right now, I don't want you going thinking I'm talking about them assholes. But
don't flag us, bro.
But what? 3 dudes from Crosses and Chino, or 3 dudes from ISIS and Chino throw out Palms. I thought this is the best shit ever, and they only did the one record. So
yeah,
Crosses came along. They've done a couple now, but it's been like 8 years since the last one. And this one is not a full length. This is just an EP. It's 6 cuts on it.
And overall, it's fine.
It gets good early. It doesn't stay that way, but yeah.
No.
I mean, if you're looking for like just some ambient stuff going on in the background, it might be perfect for that. I don't know.
Yeah, like a little baiting music,
Yeah,
shucking a little
get a lady over, and it's like, who's this? Oh, it's the guy from Deftones. So we're like, oh, well, I might like Deftones then. You damn
That's
right.
right. You want to get them panties off? You put a playlist on that's nothing but Deftones and Typo Negative.
Yeah.
Just saying. Maybe a little APC sprinkled in there.
It depends on the kind of lady you're bringing home. It always does.
Oh, no, I don't care
Sometimes
what
you got to throw on some John Party doing cover of Metallica,
I don't know. That might be too much woman for me. She gonna fuck me till I die.
It is a Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. No Krista this week, as you can probably ascertain. She's sick like, I don't know, apparently 90% of eastern New Mexico is. They shut down fucking schools. They shut down the city administration.
I was going to say City Hall was closed, yeah?
All this shit, yeah. And, schools have been closed like most of the week. They even closed the ones down in the neighboring county for today.
Really?
That's how bad it's getting here.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And it's like that triple dip of COVID,
flu and RSV.
And RSV, which I only just heard about last week. So
yeah, that I had never heard of RSV until a month or two ago.
Yeah, so it's apparently some kind of lung infection. It primarily attacks children. So I like it a lot better than the other two.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to know what kids can know what it's like to be an old adult that made poor life choices.
Build a little character, see.
Because sickness always builds character. Oh, God.
So no Krista this time, so we won't be talking any flat Earth stuff, to anger one guy. But apparently, if you don't put it in our title, then he doesn't know that it's out there. He's apparently a guy that trolls YouTube looking for videos to have flat Earth in the title, and you called them flat Earth hillbillies. That's why I got upset.
And the funny thing is, I feel like the motherfucker didn't even listen to it.
No, nope. Well, I don't know. He did go to a time signature blaming you, but it was actually me that was talking some shit.
Yeah.
But
get it right, buddy. Yeah. That's what, like, this one's going to be like, this is for you, you flat Earth bitch. That's going to be the name of this
He'll probably find it.
That's why I just want 2 views, me and this motherfucker.
Kind of an interesting one. I always like it whenever we see like different people from all over the world, And
we had man.
Had a dude from Edmonton commented on the last week. And the interesting thing about Alberta, so I was in the Marine Corps with a guy that was from Calgary. I mean, legit Canadian, wanted to be in the U.S. Marines, and that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah, you come across them. Usually there were more dudes from Mexico than Canada, but still. And this dude, and he was actually a pretty goddamn good hockey player. It sounds fucking like a trope, but it's not. But the dude basically had decided he was just going to serve out his enlistment, and he's going to move back to Canada. But he's talking about how great the Calgary was. And he would talk about how his friends in Calgary were a lot like Australians we'd hang out with that basically would almost make us die from alcohol poisoning. And it turns out, yeah, people from Calgary like to party, but god damn. Hang out with somebody from Edmonton one time. Those are the dudes that put them away. You got to be a big boy drinker. If you're a casual frat boy drinker, Calgary is your gym. But if you're serious, you want to go to Edmonton.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, clearly this guy, name of Brian, I'm not even going to try to say that last name because I will fuck it up. And
you don't need that on your conscience.
I don't. No, I already got flat earthers hating my guts, man. What more do I need?
They put out a hit on you, but they can't figure out how GPS works.
Don't know where north is on a map. But he talked like there's nothing to like about Edmonton, which I guess it's easy to hate the place you live because you live there.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why you become a professional drinker, because there's not much to do in Edmonton probably for a solid 8 months out of the year, but you know.
And now they're getting a kick-ass Metallica show.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I know Portales ain't getting that shit. We got Metallica in '83 when I was 1.
Yeah.
But the fact that Metallica played this little shithole is amazing to me. They opened for Venom.
Wow, I thought that was just a fight kit company.
No, they're better at that than metal. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. 83. God, metal was even kind of a little questionable back then.
Yeah, them motherfuckers couldn't even, I don't think, legally drink. One of them couldn't. I think it was Kirk Hammett.
Yeah. Well, Kirk's the one that looks a bit older. I got one interesting one, not because I don't really have a whole lot to add on the Metallica thing, except for one other thing. I'll bring that up in a minute. But Deftones, I'd said last week or the week before, I'd said that they're not on tour, and I stand corrected. Actually, they're down in Australia. So that's all cool in the gang. Clearly, Steph not making that trip, I'm sure. But some of the reviews, and I'm not actually sure who it is that's filling in for Steph, but they'd said it adds an entirely different dimension than you normally get from the Deftones because the dude that is filling in hits the guitar parts and provides actually apparently really good harmony for a lot of the shit you'd get from the things that call for, especially off of White Pony or something like that. The interesting thing is, though, when you start scrolling through the comments on a lot of the Deftones shit, there are all these people saying, hey, a lot of people are angry because they just neglected to go to Western Australia, period. They didn't go any further west than like Adelaide, I think, or something like that, which is pretty much it's south and east, but or south. But yeah, but I guess a lot of the other cities out in Western Australia got fucked. So no Perth, no like Brisbane, I guess, or any of that. But whatever. But I'm reading through the comments, and this one jackass is like, hey, appreciate you boys trying to put on a big show and everything, but I'd love to see you guys do a club show.
You have to be a member of a very specific club to even be in on the opportunity when the opportunity presents itself, because they have done that.
Deftones on a club show. Yeah. I don't think they've done something like that shit for the general public since, the mid-'90s.
Yeah, shit. That's like where, like Metallica, they did their 30th anniversary in a relatively small venue, and it worked out amazing.
Sure.
But, of course, you were either invited and got there for either – I can't remember if the tickets were free for Met Club members, but if you had to pay to get to that motherfucker, I can't even begin to imagine what it was. But you're going to pay for that experience.
Yeah.
500 people in a room with a huge band, it ain't going to be cheap.
No, $1,000 a pop at a minimum?
God damn, well – I mean, God, I don't
or unless that's just some shit they're throwing at their fans. Because you remember that whole thing that was huge back, God damn, is it coming up on 15 years ago? Lincoln Park with that mashup with fucking, what's his face?
The Jay-Z?
Yeah. I kept wanting to say LL Cool J's like, no, it's different letters.
It'd been all right if he was on that album.
But, yeah, that was a thing that they did specifically for their fans, and very specific fans, because they had apparently had some questionnaire about what shit that, that fans in their fan club, what they liked. And any of them that said they loved Linkin Park and Jay-Z apparently got an invite to that show,
Wow. Yeah, that's the beauty of shit like that. Just like the Metallica song drop. The best things in life, and occasionally the worst things in life, are the things you don't see coming.
Now, we'll say this. Speaking of Metallica now, we didn't talk about this last time, I don't think, but it certainly does bear bringing up now, is that they were running, somebody was running a channel that looked legit. And it was up there for a fucking long time. I'd see it every time I would open YouTube, and brother, I'm open on YouTube 3-4 times a day. And it was there, and it kept. And you had said it looked like it was a verified actual one. No, you really look at it closely. It's like that's not a verified stamp. It's some other shit to make it look like it is.
Well, here's the thing.
But anyway, a dude got fucked out of like 50 grand or something like that in crypto.
Dude, this is the same thing I was telling you about that got me.
Yes. Now, the difference is Brandon just probably gave up some details. He didn't give up no fucking Bitcoin.
I didn't give up anything. It's just like Bitcoin or this. Bitcoin. Fuck this. I don't know what this is. I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anything to add.
Man, but YouTube apparently took their sweet fucking time about bringing that site down. And
I can't believe how long it was up for.
I don't know how many people got fucked out of their cryptocurrency, which I also do find a little ironic because these assholes are always running around talking about the security of using crypto. Well, no, apparently not.
You can get robbed just as easy as if you had money in the bank, motherfucker.
Yeah,
God damn.
This dude thought he was buying tickets for their tour or something. I don't know, man.
The whole thing was, it's like, hey, look, we got Metallica got this Bitcoin get first time ever, bro. First time ever. Yeah. And
sound more like Macho Man.
Yeah. We got this first thing going. Yeah. Where basically it's like, you give us 0.1 Bitcoin and we'll give you 0.2. Like, oh.
Because that's what a big band needs to do is give away money so you pay attention.
And the funny thing is, I mentioned that as I was like looking at the website, actively fucking with this thing. Like, you know what? It doesn't make sense to give someone something, they give you two things back. I barely trust family with that.
Well, knowing your family, nor should you.
Yeah. But man, I'm sure a lot of people lost a lot of shit that day. In Bitcoin, for sure.
Well, or that week, you could say, because that shit was up, at least 4 days, right? I mean, YouTube took their sweet fucking time about taking that down.
Yeah.
Probably even the creators of that scam were probably like, what the fuck? It's still up.
And you know the funny thing is, the only reason I clicked on it, because it said they were going to stream the full album. Right. I was like, oh! Because at that point, it made sense. Like, well, who the fuck knows where we're going with this? They just dropped a new song, new album, new tour. Maybe they are going to do that. Or you're just, and by you, I'm saying me, is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Wishful. That's how scams work. People find something that you fucking really, really want. Well, then they use that to leverage your shit out of you, that be it money or info or whatever.
Man, I'm that asshole that actually like downloaded a QR code scanner to scan a QR code. I've never done that in my fucking life.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, the world is really, really trying to really make sure everybody's using QR shit. And I get it that it's more encrypted and everything else, but man, it's a pain in the balls. If I have to have a separate app just to do, just to be able to fucking survive on the internet these days, right?
I guess. I mean, fuck, if you don't have certain shit or a phone in general, you're left in the dust.
My problem with QR code, 90% of them, they just send you to a website. It's like, hey, bro, just give me the fucking link, huh?
Yeah, you would. It's all about instant gratification, though.
Yeah.
You pull out your phone, you pull up your fucking camera, boom, you're there. There's just nothing in this life that I feel like I need that immediately via QR code.
Sure.
Unless it's boobies.
Must see them hitters over there.
That's right. Speaking of boobies.
Speaking of titties, yeah, what you got?
I'm going on a social endeavor.
A date? Right
no,
on.
I'm not going on a date. No,
okay.
Fuck that. I'm just looking for strange.
Oh, you're just trying to get laid? Well, fuck, join the fucking club. Huh?
Well, yeah, but I'm actually I'm putting in the work.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying out a website. Or a website. I guess it's an app. See, fucking listen to me, dude. I'm going to try out that there Walmart app. Get me my groceries early. Nah, I fucking, I'm trying out Tinder.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, why not?
Well, let's fucking see how it goes, huh? Wish you the best of luck. That's I've always been averse to internet dating, but that was back pre-pandemic. You're like, shit, I get it now. Fuck that. Who
Fuck that. This ain't dating. This is just banging.
Yeah. Well, if those of you are fans of a certain website that, you can see where it'll have select titles like, I was able to smash this honey I met on Tinder. Well, apparently that's where the loose ladies like to hang. So.
Yeah, and that, I want to be one of those videos. Like, look at this man I destroyed from Tinder.
Dog's looking at him because he knows what's coming. Yeah.
If
I ever open Pornhub and all of a sudden it's like, motherfucker, that's Brandon, I might vomit, and then I'm immediately going to report it.
Well, funny thing is, and I've said it on this podcast, I believe I have, that, well, one, I did make amateur porn to pay some rent.
Sure. Which I think is worthy of putting on a resume, right? Amateur porn star?
Yeah, well, I
was entertainer.
I was a one and done type of cat, but my penis was on the internet and still is to this day. There is a.
That's why I only watch HD shit, because your mayhem was back like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, this
right?
thing was filmed on a Kodak digital camera. Quality, a little bit to be desired. But yeah, on the old hamster search engine.
Oh. God damn. Okay.
Because I remembered, here's how I found it. Because I found it like fucking 12 years ago, I want to say.
Shit.
Well, we did this shit in 06, 07.
Yeah.
And a lot of motherfuckers bought this video of this girl. Well, I mean, my dick was in it too, but that's the only thing that was in it was my dick.
People ain't watching porn for the dick, sir.
It's just it's a fucking supporting character. That's all it is.
Yep.
They don't want to see my face.
Nah.
I wouldn't want to see my face. I'm like,
Who would? Who would?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I dare you to find it.
See me on Tinder, ladies. So I remember that she chose a name because she didn't just want to throw a real name out there making porn.
Sure.
She thought she was going to hold office one day or something. And I typed that name in. I was just about to say it, too. I was like, no, I don't want, everybody just running fucking head over fist, go look at my dick.
Hey, wow, what's this thing getting all these hits now?
Typed it in, and like the 25th video down, there it was.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I know that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It had like 25,000 views at the time. It had been up there. It like pretty much, it seemed like whoever, one of the many, many people that bought this thing, immediately uploaded it to the internet many years ago.
Wow.
Like now we're looking at about 15 years.
God damn, man.
Yeah. So that's like a 25-year-old dong y'all are looking at, ladies. Enjoy.
Some living right there.
Yeah. As of right now, that thing has hit like 6 digits.
God damn. So the piss video doesn't even hold a candle.
Yeah, but there's more heart and soul in the piss podcast than there is in this porn video.
That is true.
Just me getting blown.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to work real hard. And it's been a while since, because I'd always rickroll Ruben. Like, bro, let me show you pictures of this hot girl right here. It'd just be me getting blown. It used to be like a Christmas tradition between he and I.
Well, you know what I say? I mean, if that guy's foolish enough now to look at anything you're trying to show him, he's got to know. Right?
Funny thing is, he'll be like, I don't want to look at that. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I'm not going to do that. And then he looks.
Yeah, right. So if you ever think, man, I could be friends with those two, yeah, you sure could.
Maybe.
You fucking sure could.
I don't
Depends
know.
on how gullible you may be.
Yeah, you got to be a little gullible to be my buddy.
Hey, fuck. So what do you got going on this week? Anything good?
That shit. Everything's good. I don't have a complaint. I don't think. I'm still thinking.
Half the town kind of being fucking sick and everything else, which the only downside of that is, because I have an issue this week and I can't get seen unless I go to the ER and I'm not paying those assholes $1,200.
Yeah, just to fucking sit and wait for 2 hours.
Yeah, to give me more Motrin. That's like, I already got that, so... but yeah, it's kind of really swamped all of our medical facilities around here, and like I said, shut everything fucking down, schools and everything else. Man, it's real bad with the old triple dip virus thing going on. So.
Yeah,
But having a bum wheel this week, thanks to my body hating my guts. because it's an RA attack is what it is. But you know what it's done? It has kept me out of fucking Walmart. And that might be the reason why I'm not sick. So
I think I'm just incredibly lucky.
Yeah, well, working retail, hell yeah.
But I'm also like not balls deep in someone's face. Very few people I will actually interact with, and usually it's like a dab, a little fist bump. That's about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sanitizing the fuck out of my hands pretty much about every 15, 30 minutes.
Now, I will say this, too, concerning because of your job and you're not getting sick or anything so far, knock on wood. But the thing is that most people usually ingest their weed by smoking it. Well, if you got any of that shit, any of the three things we mentioned, flu or COVID or RSV, you ain't going to be one to fucking toke up.
Man, you can have a gnarly cold and be like, that's just edibles for me.
Yeah. So you might be keeping that virus might be keeping the majority of your fucking people would be normally like, oh, fuck this,
All I'm saying is if your diet consists of Budweiser Tall Boys and marijuana, you ain't going to get sick.
Apparently, right?
Oh, God, now I feel like, oh, man, I take that back. Never mind.
No,
Fates, I'm sorry. I was just kidding.
That's
a joke.
We don't want the internet's coming after us.
Oh, fuck that. I don't want the Fates coming after me. Be like,
that
is
too.
that right, bitch? Well, you were near the bottom of the list, but we can bump you up.
Right. Express lane. Well, shit, I don't know. Other than that, I guess today would have been my biological father's birthday.
Damn.
He would have been had he survived because he died 5 years ago. Somewhere around there, I want to say. I think January 2018 or 17. I don't know. But yeah, he'd have been 98 today.
Damn. I
come along quite late. Because don't ever do the math because you'll go, buh. I don't want to think about that. But I did the math. I was like, that man was fucking 46 years of age. Already had a family with 9 or 10, 11 kids, something like that.
Yeah.
And then goes out and finds somebody not his wife, and that's where I come into play.
Well, that's how the good ones start. How the good ones start.
I'm sure it was because he is, playing various American Legions and Veterans Halls and VFWs and strumming that mandolin and getting them panties wet, right?
Yeah, and now you possess the tool that created you.
That's it.
God, that's something, yeah.
It's going to have to go into Mount Doom. That's it.
God
that's
damn.
It.
Fucking, it's going to be like, fuck, you should destroy
it. Shit. That's the only thing I have actually from that dude is that mandolin.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is better than what I did have, so.
Yeah.
But one of my biological half-brothers, went out of his fucking way, lives up outside of Fort Wayne, went to Sweetwater and got an actual box for a mandolin and sent it, so that was much appreciated.
Yeah. Well, he understands that fucking thing has meaning. I mean, it does.
Well, they actually thought, well, who among us actually wants this thing? Because the old man had a lot of stuff for all of them to parse. But
yeah.
But somebody apparently had the foresight to go, well, Kevin plays the fucking mandolin,
Yeah.
So
he's the musician of the bunch.
No, they're all fucking musicians, sir.
Oh, no shit.
All but two. Fucking the entire family. Musically gifted. Just naturally gifted.
Wow. So that's where you get it.
Yeah, because I fucking don't take no lessons, I'm telling you right now. And anybody listening knows that.
That's right. I don't take no lesson. Goddamn.
Anyway, let's go ahead and we have a segment for LJ this week, right?
We do. The man, 3 week in a row.
Yeah. And we're going to do, by the way, for those listening, and I know that LJ's probably skimming to get to his part.
Listen to this. We ain't doing one next week.
We ain't doing one next week, but we'll do one the week after that, right before Crimbus weekend. So
yeah.
Anyway,
with the option of the final one of the year.
Yeah,
the option.
And every year I always find more work than we want to do. We're not going to do a retrospective of the year.
Nah, I feel I did it once, and I feel like I did it really well.
Yep.
And then I tried to do it again, and I deleted more than I created.
Yeah, so because you had a different ear for perfection at that point, because that's what you're doing. You're fucking basically turning into a sound engineer, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, goddamn. Can I still sell weed?
Yeah, sure.
Sick.
So anyway, let's go ahead and shift our gears over to the metal side of things right now to see what's going down and the lowdown of what's going down with LJ.
And welcome back to the metal portion of the Mead Metal and MMA podcast. I'm your host, LJ. I look up the metal so you don't have to. And with that being said, let's look up some new shit, shall we? Yeah. First off is the band Crosses, which their band name is actually literally just 3 crosses. With their album Permanent.Radiant. I don't know if it's Permanent Radiant or Permanent.Radiant. Loudwire says it's an EP, but I have the full album, which is longer than an EP, on YouTube. So, anyways, just letting you know. They kind of remind me of, like, you've heard 9 Inch Nails, right? So 9 Inch Nails plus Our Lady Peace. Not exactly super heavy, but heavy when it counts. For the most part, they're pretty mellow and laid back, and it's really relaxing to listen to. Not sure if it's headbanging music, but it does get you in a little relaxation mood. Maybe if you listen to it when you're high. I think that'd probably work out pretty good. Hey guys at the Mead Hall, retroactively tell me if this band sounds good when you're high. Specifically the song Sensation by Crosses. Okay, cool. Thanks. Alright, next up is the band 1000 Below with their album Hell Finds You Everywhere. This is interesting because this music actually, well, this band anyways, reminds me of bands from the 2000s. You know, you got your Nonpoint, Breaking Benjamin. Specifically, it reminds me of 3 Days Grace for some reason, but just, I don't know. It takes me back to the early to mid 2000s whenever that kind of music was a thing. If you listen to them, you'll understand what I mean. But definitely, it takes me back to that era, so you should check it out. It's heavy. It takes a while to get there too, but damn it, it's heavy. Finally. I don't know if it would qualify as metal, but maybe by 2000s standards it would qualify as metal. I mean, maybe alternative metal. I don't know genres, but I do know this. It's 2000s as fuck. Alright, let's move on to some other shit. Speaking of shit, guess what we've got? Black metal. Well, actually, the band describes itself, and I quote, as atmospheric / melancholic post-black metal. What the fuck? Post what? They're still making regular black metal. Maybe I don't understand the black metal community as a whole. Anywho, the band is called Woods of Desolation. The album is called The Falling Tide. The album is on YouTube right now, and you can check it out. It's probably on streaming services, too. I actually started listening to this, and I was getting into it. The vocals, I don't think they go with it, but I like the lyrics that they wrote to some of these songs. It's kind of cool. And the guitar work is excellent. Drum work is excellent. It's not just straight-up blast beats. There is a lot of drum double kicking just throughout the song. But it sounds like the band has their shit together. They're very sharp, and I like that. So I can't exactly talk shit about this black metal band, because even though I'm not really with the repetitive, boring bullshit that you typically hear out of black metal bands, don't fucking come for me, because I know you will, then I have to say that Woods of Desolation is definitely a pretty good band. So you have my official stamp, the LJ stamp of not shit. Congratulations, Woods of Desolation. You've set a standard for which other black metal bands are not going to even bother reaching. But you did it. You've earned it. And that's our list for today. Sorry if it's a bit short, but everything else is a re-release or a remaster. So anyways, I'm done for today. I've got some errands to run. Hopefully you guys had a great rest of your day or evening or whatever. Take it back, Kevin and Brandon, and see you fuckers later. Rock the fuck out.
We're known throughout the nation as Hertz the superstar. We got the winning combination. Super people, super cars, making that extra effort to meet your special needs. Getting you in, getting you out with super speed. Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car. Hertz, the superstar in rent-a-car.
You know it.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. I feel like you could get high to this whole album.
It's a good track. It's solid. I don't know. That was the one that LJ had referenced, by the way. We were trying to see kind of what he was talking about. You can listen to that shit sober. That's a good song. It's a good, solid track.
Pretty much anything Chino does, you could probably light a blunt.
And it is. And it's Chino from Deftones, by the way, and Sean Lopez, who's just a manic, crazy, fucking talented dude.
Yeah.
And it's just the two of them. because the third dropped off somewhere in the past 8 years.
Chuck
So,
Doom, I think his name was.
maybe.
Hell of a name. Strong name.
Strong name. Anyway, and was our little retro commercial, was that OJ?
Of course it was.
Okay, good. All right. I want to make sure I was...
You wouldn't be able to see it, but if you listen to the last half second of that commercial, that's him.
That's your man.
I can't remember if I'd read it or heard it, but OJ was the initial choice for the Terminator, or one of, before Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. I couldn't hardly figure that role going to anybody but Arnie, but
Yeah.
so OJ could have been the Terminator.
Yeah, but it was deemed that they didn't think he could pull off a cold-blooded killer.
Well,
All I can say is Arnold didn't. He didn't kill nobody for real.
Fast forward to 1994.
Damn.
OJ's still one of my favorite murderers, I think, that kind of got away with it. But yeah, sort of. He's a broken man, though.
And man, this was back when, like, you couldn't witness every moment in the world whenever you wanted to.
No, yeah, that's
All of a sudden, I get home from school and I'm looking at TV and there's OJ on the fucking 5
yeah.
being chased by a litany of motherfuckers for murder.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember because I heard about it. I was at my mother's house.
It's one of those questions like, where were you when Challenger exploded? I was 4. I was probably pooping something out.
Yeah, I think that was September 94, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'd been out of the Marines a couple of months. And I just thought, what kind of crazy fucking world is this that O.J. Simpson killed his ex-wife?
Not O.J., not the one of the best running backs to play the game.
Not the hilarious guy from the Naked Gun movies.
Not the potential Terminator.
Not the guy from the Hertz commercial.
And there is his entire litany post-NFL right there.
You are welcome.
And the whole murder stuff, too. There's that.
So we have the Mead update for the week is the plan was to have had this batch that we've got going on that we started back right around Halloweenish. We'd intended to have that one already moved over to a Carboy by now for secondary. The reason we haven't made that happen yet is because I've got a bit of a medical issue this week that I can't fucking stand up for more than a little bit. So we'll do that. We'll do that next week, hopefully.
I think this batch is going to be special. It's a survivor.
Well, we haven't really done anything with it either. Do we want this just to be a normal, standard, straight-up batch one? Or I think I have one more French oak spiral if we wanted to go ahead and oak it and make long ships in a bottle, which we drink all the time out of the barrel. But
yeah. And it would probably taste different.
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet.
French oak is going to be different from that Texas, oak.
Funny thing is, goddamn. No, used to have
Settle
a
down.
lappy to
Settle
my
down.
side. I was pointing at the fucking barrel. I'm very preferential to that flavor of long ships.
That's the house flavor.
Yeah, the French oak spiral, it does add something, but like over time, I mean, it gets woody.
Yeah.
It gets woody. That right there gets wood.
Yeah.
That barrel fucking just is the perfect seasoning.
It's the only downside is I should have got a barrel 2 or 3 years before when I did. So
better late than never.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, and that's the other thing too is that those that really enjoy our mead. So good news is that we do have a case of mead coming probably January. I was aiming for early January. It's going to be mid to late at this point now. But we're going to get that done, and it'll be ready, so we'll keep you in the loop on that. But immediately after that, we're going to start another batch for the barrel. And realistically, unless you're ever a guest here, and that's going to not include fucking 99% of you crazy bastards. I follow a lot of you. You know who you are. But yeah, it's a very different flavor profile that you'll ever get from us, ever.
It is meant to be enjoyed socially.
So let's go ahead and get into the metals then. LJ talked about the new releases for the week. And by the way, we actually shockingly agreed on crosses.
Yeah.
And like I said last week, and not I don't mean anything bad by it, LJ and I have a very different take on metal. He's more of a traditionalist, I think. There's a lot of metal he likes that I fucking don't. And a lot of other people who love metal would look at me and go, what the fuck's wrong with you? But I'm very specific about the shit I do like.
Sure. Well, you're a seasoned man.
That's a nice way of saying old.
Yeah.
But as a result, LJ and I don't agree on stuff often, and that's okay. We don't have to fucking live in a world where we all agree and just wave our arms back and forth. Hey, we're all friends here. We agree. No. A good, healthy debate is always fine.
Fuck yeah, that's the only way you learn.
Yeah, that's the only way you grow. There's a lot of motherfuckers not growing right now.
That's right. Like, if you can't recognize shit in your own fucking mind that you might need to change, if you're not learning about yourself every day, you'll never learn a thing.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fucking important. So, what have we got in the metal saw?
Pantera came. Well, Pantera.
All but the Abbott brothers.
The Pantera tribute has officially kicked off.
Who's filling in for Dime?
Zakk Wylde.
Man, look, and you know, I like Zakk Wylde. I do. I like his approach to the guitar. Most of it.
Took you a while, but you finally. It's just like pro wrestling.
Yeah,
you just had to attack it from a different angle to be like, okay, I appreciate it now.
Yeah, I that's the right word. I appreciate Zakk Wylde. I'm not a fan, but I appreciate him. I appreciate what he does. Man, that guy is not the right guy to fill in for fill in a spot for Dime.
The problem is like that there's nobody, and it's not a fill-in. He's not filling in. I've heard a few of the tracks from their Mexico debut. And for one, they have to tune that shit down way low.
Uncle Phil, not what he used to be.
You can't fucking sing like that for 25 years and expect to still hit those notes, man. To that, on the plus side, though, it does make it sound a little grungier and cool. Sure. Like tuning it down. Tuning anything down makes it more metal.
Detuning is always good.
But he's not mimicking Dimebag at all.
Well, good, because he shouldn't.
It's Zakk Wylde up there playing guitar.
You better get a dude that plays exactly like him, like that Brazilian cat.
Yeah.
Or get somebody else that does their own thing like that. That's the only two acceptable responses. So I'm glad that Zakk Wylde is playing Zakk Wylde in Pantera.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't sound like he's trying to bring Dime back.
Okay.
He's paying homage in his way.
Good. All right.
And also, you get fucking Luis Khalil doing that shit. You're not opening for Metallica in the stadiums.
No, that's true.
Zakk Wylde, you'll get that.
Yeah. Who they got filling in on drums?
Charlie Benatti from Pantera. From Anthrax.
Anthrax, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually trying to think of that jackass that was the guitar player for Anthrax when you're like, there's nobody that can play like
Scott Ian.
Yeah, Scott Ian could.
Scott Ian's one hell of a he's a rhythm man.
Yeah.
He's your jugga jigga wugga guy.
But that's the thing is, I mean, there's a lot of movement that he does that's similar on the rhythm shit that Dime would be hitting.
Yeah.
I think there's some similarity there, but that's maybe just me.
Well, I really feel like if you're going to find, like, you just want to find someone that sounds like Dime, you can fucking just go on YouTube and find that.
Yeah.
Like random.
Yeah.
If you did that, though, there would be backlash. Like, fuck, he just sounds like Dime. That's bullshit. Zakk Wylde sounded enough like Dime when Dime was alive to get away with it.
Yeah. You know, that's a good point because you're not going to get any of the good shit. But man, picking up Zakk Wylde, who's already a guitar hero in his own right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Perfect.
He's the one that made it.
Yeah.
He made it through. I know fucking people love Randy Rhoads, and I get it, and that's cool. Man, Zakk Wylde, he has put in the most work for Ozzy, and I feel like some of the best work.
Yeah,
in my humble, bullshitty opinion.
Ozzy's had a lot of different fucking guitar players, but yeah,
a lot of bass players too, and they've all been all-stars.
They all go on to join other fucking huge acts.
Alice in Chains and Metallica. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And the two from Metallica. You got Jason and Robert.
Well,
Didn't get Cliff, though. No one got Cliff.
Nobody got Cliff.
Everybody got Cliffed.
Ugh.
Let's see. Bam Margera hospitalized with pneumonia and COVID. Man, whatever. Dude's a trash fire anyway.
Well, Bam Margera, wasn't he the ones kind of blacklisted from Jackass?
Yeah. And he sued to get back in.
The only thing that guy ever did was funny was run in there and smack his old man around when he was on his shitter, right?
That was his best shit. It really was. Now, I mean, like, or you're scaring the shit out of him with snakes.
Yeah.
That's where the real joy's at, because that's real fear. And real fear is always delicious in a Jackass movie.
I never went really, really deep on Jackass, primarily the series. But man, you just know if Steve-O was coming up, something fucking terrible was getting ready to happen.
Then the motherfucker gets sober, and it gets worse.
Right? Like, it's like, oh, that guy's sober now? Well, I guess all his good days are behind him. No. Guy's pulling off some crazy fucking stuff that you doesn't even need a disclaimer at this point. It's like everybody should know you don't do shit like that at home. If Steve-O's doing it, you should not do it.
I could have had the perfect 41st birthday in Vegas if I wanted to. If I had the money.
Okay.
New Year's Eve, Tenacious D is playing. New Year's Day, 49ers are playing the Raiders in Vegas.
God damn. Well, it's a little late on the calendar. But...
Oh, no, I'm not. Fuck no, I'm not doing it. I can't. I got bills. I got kids to feed. That last part ain't true. I hope not.
Yeah,
but
fuck, that'd be pretty prime.
That, like, just for my own personal, I don't know what more would make it, like, amazinger. The more amazinger.
Because, yeah, that is one of Brandon's guilty pleasures.
Fuck that.
Tenacious D.
I ain't even guilty about it. Nah, fuck that. Everybody wrong that don't like him. Everybody wrong.
Actually, I have I'm not the biggest fan of Tenacious D. I'm not. Just because Jack Black, I don't know. I have to put somebody in a box and that guy and doing music is like, motherfucker, you're an actor. But that's a me thing. My problem is Sonic has a commercial that they've been running for 6 fucking months now, just beating you over the head with it. And it's a knockoff. The dude tries to sound like Jack Black and Tenacious D.
Oh. Hey, you got to be really good at it if you want to pull it off and not piss anybody off.
And the problem is it's not. It's not that good.
It's not that great?
It's just fucking not. It's just not. But
I've always felt mine was pretty good.
But
it's gotten worse with time.
So it's certainly taking things to an illogical level. Then I held it against Jack Black and Tenacious D that Sonic did that. So
you did this. Shit.
MMA. Well, interesting time to be alive.
Yeah.
There's a pay-per-view coming up tomorrow that back about 3 months ago when it was announced, when the card started getting put together, I immediately said, fuck that. That's a buy. That card is an immediate fucking buy. Yuri Prochazka is just a scary, scary man. Now, I realize that Glover fought him the right way, but...
Glover fought him well. He just, he just faltered in the 5th.
Yeah, whereas Yuri did not. That guy's just a human battery. But...
He's what I feel like Kamzat thinks he is.
Shit. The thing is, though, is that Yuri being one of the... Man, he might be one of the most honorable fighters out there. And I know we've talked about this a couple of weeks ago. That dude came out and said, I got to get some shoulder surgery done, so that's going to sideline me over a year. I'm not going to hold up this division, and immediately turned in the belt. Immediately.
Yeah, and saying, like, I don't want to hold this division up.
So
he knows that the light heavyweight division is in a bit of flux.
Yeah, he knows that he can come back and take it back.
It's like, I'll see y'all real soon. Yeah. I'll be back.
Glover had some other shit going on.
He did not want to fight Ankalaev.
Okay.
He wanted to fight Blachowicz, but they're like, no, we want you to fight this guy. And he said, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, so and long story short, so that's the championship fight we get now is Ankalaev and the former champ, Jan Blachowicz. So that immediately made me think, okay, we got to rethink buying this card.
Yeah.
Now I might not be interested. It's not worth $75 for me if Yuri Prochazka is not on that card.
I'll pay for a samurai, bro.
Yeah.
But if he ain't on there, then it's all just fighters.
Yeah, and you'd said, was that Tuesday or something? You'd said, man, realistically, this card, if there wasn't a championship involved, it sounds like a great fight night card.
It would. It would be a fucking, even if it was like a fight card start at 5 Mountain Time, it'd be one catch. $75 fight card
Yeah.
and a 7-card prelim leading up.
Bit of a hard pass on that one. Well, the prelims, if we go to looking at those, so we have the prelims starting off with middleweight Chris Curtis and Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah, I know Curtis, man.
Yeah, same. We know
And I know Joaquin as well.
I mean, those two, fuck, man, just that might be one of the best fights on the card. It's certainly one of the most underrated, as it's just leading into the prelims. But then you got Edmund Shabazian trying to get some dude I've never heard of. I'll take dude I've never heard of because Edmund Shabazian's a little bit of a problem right now.
I'll give you $1 if you can pronounce that name. Not the first name, the last name.
Lungiambula?
He's from the Congo. Lungiambula.
Lungiambula, I bet.
Lungiambula.
I bet. We'll see tomorrow.
The Beulah.
Then we got it at heavyweight on the prelims. Rosenstruik against Chris Dawkins.
Doc is having a poor run of it as of late.
I don't want to say he really, really needs to get this win, but I think he really, really
They
needs to get
both
this
do.
win.
Rosenstruik needs it too.
And then the headliner for the prelim card, Raul Rosas Jr., that 17-year-old kid. He might be 18 by now, right?
Born in 2004. I can't even get his exact birthday.
18. Fight against Jay Perrin. The kid's going to win. They're going to work him up a little slow roll it like they did with Sean O'Malley.
And motherfucker born about 20 miles north of here.
Yeah. He has a Clovis product, but it's one of those where they moved out when he was very young, right? So, on to main card. You have the Rhodes Scholar, Bryce Mitchell, taking on Ilya Topuria.
Let's get a twister. Fucking restore my faith in why I liked you to begin with.
That's really the only thing about that guy that is like the saving grace of that dude now, right? It's the fact that he's one of two guys that have fucking subbed somebody with a twister. Goddamn near got a second one.
Yeah. I mean, I fucking hate it now where it's like, oh, to be a fan of this guy, we have to fucking also listen to every goddamn thought in his fucking head.
Yeah. And
it's terrible.
He could easily be one of the dumbest guys in the entire promotion, but damn, he sure knows what he's doing on the ground, and that's all that matters. So
he better straighten it up, or I'm just going to be a Jimmy Flick fan.
Somebody
else gotta go.
He's coming back.
Come back.
All right.
That got to go again.
Moving up the ranks here, Darren Till taking on middleweight Drisas Duplessis. I like Duplessis in that one. Darren Till gets planked by most anybody that knows what they're doing inside the octagon.
Don't you
think
think Darren Till need to win that fight to keep his job?
Yeah, sure. Now, I will say this, though, is that Darren Till's his stable that he's in might get him one more fight.
He is now best friends with Khamzat, too.
Yeah.
That's weird.
The promotion doesn't want to. Khamzat announced he was going to retire, and Dana White, first of all, shit himself, ate another bran muffin, shit himself again, and then started crying and probably called Khamzat. I'm just assuming this is all true. Speculation on my part. The one after that, there's always one fight that doesn't make sense, and oftentimes it turns out being one of the best ones on the main card. And it's Santiago Ponzinibbio is taking on Alex Morono. That's going to be catchweight, because somebody apparently fucking doesn't know what they're doing with their job. So
that one was supposed to be Lawler and Ponzinibbio at welterweight.
Oh, so Morono stepped in late. Okay,
yeah, Alex Morono. Yeah, they agreed on a catchweight of 180.
Well, great. Okay. Well, that makes me feel a lot better. I hate it when you get a catchweight fight based on blown weight.
We did. There was one fight, a flyweight bout that got scrapped because a dude came in at 129. Like, oh no, this guy's got diarrhea farts. He can't fight tonight.
Well, you know,
what a plagued fucking card, man. This is supposed to close the year out,
right? Co-main, and this is where they're at with co-mains nowadays. Look, I like the guy, but really already a co-main on a pay-per-view is Paddy Pimblett and Jared Gordon. And I don't even know if I like Paddy Pimblett on that card in that particular fight to win.
Let me pull up Jared Gordon here.
19-5 on a professional record, but
Well, he is a boxer, so
Yeah.
it's not going to go to the ground. Brown belt and BJJ.
Yeah. Man, the dude's got really good hands. I know Bisping was big on him, and Bisping is a big guy. He's big on Pimblett too. But
And Jared Gordon does have a Wikipedia entry totally for his drug addiction.
okay,
But hey, you know,
man, let's to party. What the fuck? Huh?
man's moved on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Patty Pimblett is still. I don't get it. I'm taking the blame for not being a fan.
Well, he's also one that the promotion knows that you get a guy that's entertaining, he's gonna get pay-per-views, he's gonna get asses and seats. That's who Patty Pimblett is. You don't want to necessarily get that guy destroyed. I'm going based on pure conjecture by Michael Bisping.
This motherfucker has a podcast. Just a podcast. Well, we got a podcast, but goddamn, we earned this.
We've been doing this for a long fucking time.
Goddamn right. It's a job we enjoy. But I just don't get the Patty Pimblett thing. Maybe I will later, once he starts fighting fucking bitches a note.
Yeah.
Ranked evil motherfuckers at lightweight.
You have to eventually do that, because otherwise it does look like Sean O'Malley caught a lot of shit because it looked like the promotion was protecting him.
Yeah, and they were.
Yeah, that's why he finally had to say, no, that's it. I gotta get some shit done now, because otherwise he's just going to be that asshole. Because he's the asshole that said, well, why do I take any kind of a big fight? Because I don't need to. I'm going to get paid the same, so I'm just going to go ahead and beat these fools to death,
Till I get a better deal.
and make the same paycheck. Well, apparently he got a different deal, because suddenly he started fighting motherfuckers of note.
Like, you want money? You can have it, but you got to fight Russian baddies like this.
But I do think that they're going to probably move Patty Pimblett along the same way.
Which, I mean, really, that's what you do. You fight in this organization for fucking years. Years. There are exceptions to the rule. Fucking Brock Lesnar.
Sure.
Motherfucker lost to Frank Mir first fight. Beat Heath Herring. Then beat Shane Carwin for the interim belt. And then beat Frank Mir for the real belt. People like that with name value right off the bat, you rush. Alex Payton. Motherfucker just had to beat two people.
Right.
He's like, bring me that motherfucker. And then he beat him.
Michael Chandler, wasn't his second fight in the UFC for a fucking strap?
Against Oliveira. Wait, when he that was...
I thought he had only one other fight in the UFC.
Was that before or after he knocked out Tony?
Did he beat Tony? Was that his first fight?
He beat Tony?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't his first fight.
Okay, well,
I think that was his last fight. Because Gaethje beat him.
Oh, shit, yeah. I don't want my phone to have me Googling Michael Chandler.
I hope that OnlyFans don't pop up.
They might think I'm a fan, and they'll start getting Michael Chandler headlines, and that's gross.
What's Michael Chandler eating for that potential Conor McGregor fight next year?
Bunch of shit. He's eating shit. That's what he's doing. He's a shit eater. All right.
So we got the main event.
Yeah. God damn it. I was trying to wrap this up. Here's the record. There it is. Okay, his first fight in the UFC. Yeah, he'd had one. He went in there and beat the shit out of Dan Hooker, then lost that title belt.
Dan Hooker. I couldn't remember who
Charles
it was.
Oliveira. Lost to Gaethje. They start getting really nervous because they basically all but sucked his dick to get him to come to the UFC. Beat Tony Ferguson, knocked him out, and then lost to Dustin Poirier. And now he's trying to call out Conor because everybody does, because that guy can still pull a money fight.
Easy money.
The fights aren't as good, but he can still pull a money fight. Even that little asshole Rafael dos Anjos, RDA, calling out Conor McGregor. It's like, hey, I recall somebody pulled out of the fight that he had scheduled with Conor McGregor when Conor was killing fools.
And that fight was at 155, not 170.
Yeah.
If I want that fight, I want it at lightweight.
Sure. But RDA doesn't deserve that fight. That's the problem is that he's trying to, like, maybe I can generate some heat from the past. No, sir, you cannot. Those days are gone.
And thankfully, USADA got a little rule. It's like, well, you got to be in the pool for 6 months unless, and it just goes out. Basically, it says unless UFC tells us we need to get you in there sooner.
Yeah.
And after hearing this, like, why didn't y'all pull that out for John Jones? Why is this a special instance? I mean, I get it. Fucking Conor had to be yoked up to fucking heal from a double bone break.
Should, yeah. Yeah, that guy is just clearly not. Money has made that guy soft. And that's okay. It's okay.
Money makes everybody soft. I don't know. It makes me hard.
Depends on who you are, right? The interesting thing also, since we're on the subject of Conor McGregor, apparently, I don't know if you knew it or not, but back years ago when Conor McGregor gathered up his dumb little crew of idiots, and they all flew over here and went straight over to Madison Square Garden where they were doing like some kind of a presser for an event that he wasn't even a part of. It's back when things were really, really ramped up between he and Khabib Nurmagomedov. And they get over. Conor's looking all over for Khabib. The buses are leaving, like the underground parking area. And Conor grabs like a hand truck and throws it at a bus in one of the windows, thinking that Khabib is on that bus. And he wasn't. Rose Namajunas was on it. Michael Chiesa was on it. There were a couple others. But Rose kind of became a head case after that, kind of lost her shit for a very long time. Michael Chiesa, though, has had a lawsuit, an ongoing lawsuit against Conor for that event that transpired, that incident, I should say. That's actually, they finally came to a conclusion on it, sealed. Nobody knows exactly what's in it. Conor just fucking probably threw Chiesa a couple grand.
Like, here, take this and shut the fuck up.
Yep, that's it.
Ray Borg had a fight that weekend that had to be pulled.
Yeah, because he got cut up pretty bad.
He was more egregiously affected by that than Michael Chiesa.
Right. Now, does it surprise you that Chiesa was the one that raised the biggest fit?
Don't you talk about my fucking mom.
Man, that dude.
God,
that fucking guy.
Easy to rile up, bro.
He's
bit of a puss. Bit of a puss.
A little bit. All right.
Calling you out, Kiss.
We too early? Have we pulled the respectable amount of time?
Well, real quick, who do you think's winning the belt tomorrow?
Well, I was going to go through that on picks, but
indeed. Let's get to her.
Okay. So if we get to the picks, fuck, that's going to be a fun one. So what you drinking?
Budweiser's. I think I'm on my fifth one.
I'm drinking ice cold, refreshing water because
goddamn.
Because all the shit I'm taking right now is I wouldn't see the morning. Let's put it that way.
We're gonna have to have a new question. What you smoking?
Yeah. Well, what are you ingesting? Couple tinctures, Randy.
I'll be smoking a little Agent Orange here in about 5 minutes.
Let's see. On to metal. What are you listening to this time?
Metallica.
Right.
Lux Eterna. I'm gonna burn myself out in it, but I don't give a fuck. I love that song. It makes me feel like a goddamn teenager. I love it. I love it.
I'll be probably just keep it on crosses. That's kind of my angle. And probably not the last 3 tracks. You're gonna want the beginning of that record. So
I bet we could build a pretty good playlist of like 5 to 6 songs based off of everything they've done.
Maybe. All right. Now let's get into the UFC side of this shit. So by the weird stroke of the way the life works, so we have, instead of Yuri Prochazka and Glover Teixeira, instead we have Jan Blachowicz, former champ. He's going to be taking on that Ankalaev Russian guy.
9-fight win streak.
Yeah, who you got?
I like Jan. Here's my problem. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I want to see a good fight.
I think we'll probably maybe get that. My problem a lot of times with the Russians is their goal is purely wrestling. Purely wrestling. And I don't like it. And Dana is stroking them for some reason. I don't know what's
Dana
up.
Strokes the Ruskies.
Yeah. It used to be the Brazilians. It's been
It's Russians now.
A noticeable shift. Dana will probably be a lot happier if it's nothing but Russians that have, titles now.
God.
Which actually, at some point then, that's an organization that makes a lot of money. Do you think the federal government needs to be looking into that maybe the UFC is actually violating some sanctions that should be in place?
By profiting off the Ruskies?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, to make money, I don't think this fucking pay-per-view is going to sell worth a damn.
No, it's not.
Jan and fucking Ankalaev don't have pay-per-view points. They
No.
probably agreed like, oh, you're the main event now, you're fighting for the title, you're going to get a pay bump. It ain't going to be a champion pay bump, but you're going to get one. No one's buying this.
No. It just
If this thing-
it sounds like a terrible card. And, man, if you're asking me if I'm going to buy it, no.
If it cracks 100,000 buys, I'll be shocked.
I'll keep that money in my pocket for the first one they have coming up in January. So
Keep that money in my pocket for all the bubble joints I'm going to be buying from this dispensary opening in town.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here. Huh? Anyway, we'll be back at it in 2 weeks. Hopefully, Krista will be back with us as well. Back from
Will it be Christmas by then?
It'll be 2 days before.
Ah,
It'll
shit.
be the 23rd. So
All right.
anyway, we'll
Birth
see you then.
month has begun.
Yeah, we'll see you 2 days after Yule, 2 days before Christmas. So numbers play a game here, right?
And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window.